Salubrious.tingz. I hope you guys are living salubriously. We are back here again dealing with the coronavirus. I want to apologize. I know I had a lot of you lost, and the person was like, I was waiting for you to say what you had to say. Like I was like on the edge of my chair. I was not able to resolve it, but moving right along, we're here again to talk about COVID-19 some more. I know a lot of you are tired of hearing COVID-19. You're tired of hearing coronavirus or coronavirus, however you want to say it, but we need to talk about it some more. It's hell. So just like the name of this video, we are going to deal with it.
In case I would have had any of those cases, if you notice, I got my Lysol. It kills 100% germs, and if you come close to me, bam, you're dead. Coronavirus, leave 99 more to go.
So since I would have last posted, which was about maybe 2 weeks ago, we experienced our first case of the coronavirus here in the Bahamas, and things has drastically changed within the last 2 weeks. You know, I actually had planned to do another video the week after I would have posted the last video, but after getting our first case, I was in a state of shock for a while, and I was actually trying to figure out, you know, like what I can come here and talk about, like what else is there to say, what am I going to tell them. Another reason why it took me a while to come in here, because I hikey was dealing with my hair too. So yeah, it took me a while to figure out what else is there to say, but reality check has certainly settled in. So locally, here in the Bahamas, that is, we've basically had a very, very long 2 weeks. A lot has happened. It has affected us financially, some mentally, some physically, and I don't really want to talk about it, but we're forced to, so just watch what you know.
Livingston, Livingston,
For the 24-hour lockdown, there was curfew, the 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's probably the only thing we're following right now, even though we're on 24 lockdown. When you see 9 p.m. come, everyone tries to. I go out of my house to go to work. I go out of my house to get groceries, and from what I've noticed, a lot of us still ain't following this thing. We still ain't getting in. There are so many cars still on the road. It's impossible for us to have to go to the store every day. It's impossible for us to go and get gas every day. You shouldn't be at the gas station more than once a week because you're supposed to be home. Stay at home. Y'all need to listen. Behemoths don't listen. Ministry of Health and basically the board that's giving us information about COVID and the status of it in the Bahamas. I must commend them because they're doing an excellent job with getting updates every day, which I did not expect. If not every day, like every other day. I think it's been every day. And I really want to commend that team. They're doing the best, and even though there's still a lot of things that we need to know in terms of the cases and finding out exactly how those persons contracted it in Freeport especially. Otherwise, they're doing a really good job, and they're helping us to stay updated, and most of us are anxious and awaiting those information, and they've just been doing a really good job with that, so I want to commend them. Similarly, I want to commend the law enforcement officers and everyone that's basically been responsible for ensuring that the 24-hour lockdown is being facilitated. Now, I would recommend that there are more officers on the road in the day because of that heavy traffic that we're still experiencing for some reason. Nevertheless, I want to say great job to the Defense Force officers who are not being highlighted. Oh, please give these people recognition. We want to thank you for helping us to enforce this curfew. Moving right along, so a worldwide update. Basically been noticing from my research that there are a few countries out of the 200 countries that have cases There's about a few of them, like maybe like a handful, 10, that's really feeling the touch of COVID a little more. Italy has really been struggling with COVID-19. They've had a lot of deaths, and we actually have a lot of Italian residents here in the Bahamas. So if anyone who's watching this, if your family has been affected, if you've lost a loved one, I want to extend a heartfelt sympathy towards you, because there's just so much going on. Along with Italy, you have Poland, United States, New Zealand, Spain, and Germany being really affected by COVID. They have higher numbers of COVID in their country, so prayers are with them. Like the Bahamas, we have some lockdown buddies as well. You have Italy, who's on an extreme lockdown, as well as India. And in those countries, you see that they're actually enforcing the lockdown more sterner. And I don't blame them, because that's going to help to save their population. It's going to help to save their people. Maybe we need to get a little more sterner with our lockdown, just saying. Mass quarantines going on in Italy. There's a mass quarantine that happened in China, and there's a mass quarantine happening in France. So you're seeing that in countries that have more cases, that they're doing more sterner lockdowns, more sterner quarantine, and that's all an effort towards helping decrease the amount of persons who would get the COVID-19. So just try your best to cope with this lockdown. It's only for your best. Now, I would have said before that there are 200 countries that have confirmed cases of COVID, and there are over 465,000 confirmed cases of COVID worldwide. And unfortunately, in terms of death, there's been about 21,000 plus persons who would have lost their lives to COVID. So that's an update as of the 27th of March. So there's a lot going on in our world. There's a lot going on locally. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can cope with it. And coping is extremely important, because when you experience a change as drastic as what we're going to, being confined to your house spaces, basically only going out for certain things, this is pretty much new to everyone. This has never happened in history here in the Bahamas in terms of fighting a pandemic or virus. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can cope with COVID. That's hopefully is going to help you to relieve some stress. Hopefully it's going to help you to push away those fears. Hopefully it's going to help you to get rid of the boredom that so many of us are experiencing. So the first step would be scheduling daily activities. Now I thought about it, I was like, scheduling weekly activities. It's pretty hard to schedule weekly activities when things change day to day. So we are only going to focus on the next day. Now these are some things that I've incorporated into my personal daily activities. We know that everyone's schedule is going to be individualized on every aspect. You won't be able to incorporate, and that's fine. So these are just some suggestions. So most of us are confined to our homes with our families, so you want to incorporate some family time. You can do family games, you can do family activities, anything that helps to bring the family together. And that's going to be really essential, because you're going to need that family support to help you get through this time. You're seeing them any day, every day, all day, anyhow. So yeah, you want to schedule some alone time as well. It's really important that you spend time with yourself. You're confined to 4 walls or however much walls you have with other people. So it's important that you schedule some alone time, and that's going to help to alleviate a little bit of the irritation and that you may be experiencing from being with other people all day. Being on lockdown at home is going to be so good for your diet. Trust me. You're going to be able to take control of your diet. That's a good thing. Most of us, including me, we would have made a New Year's resolution to lose some weight. So being home and actually preparing the meals healthily, salubriously, hopefully that's going to help us to shed off some pounds. And you don't want to stay in the kitchen all day and just eat, because food's there. That's going to cause you to put on weight. And we don't want to come out of this bigger than we went into it. So you can also incorporate some exercises. You can do this as a family. You can do it individually. You can go on YouTube and follow some routines. Real simple. Find something that suits you. I am a cleaning bug. I've been cleaning every day. Yeah, every day since we've been on lockdown. I have a problem with seeing things unorganized, a little hint of OCD there. So I clean literally every day. And every day you can literally find something to clean. And so you can start in your room. You can start by folding up your clothes. You can organize your closets, dust out, your shoes. So simple things like that. And you can move to the different areas of your house, clean up the cupboards, take everything out. Now, another thing that you can incorporate into your daily schedule is learning new things. There are so much things to learn. You can read books, you can find out how to build things. YouTube is your go-to to figure out how to do things. So if you're bored, find something that you're interested in and go on YouTube, and you would be amazed of what you can actually learn, what you can actually do. Take advantage of the free time. So tip number 2. So those of us who are Christians or trying to be Christians, another way that you can cope with what's going on is growing or getting deeper in your faith. And I'm saying that because, that's really going deeper into my faith has really helped to keep me sane these past couple of days. Keep in mind, it's only been like 4 days now since Monday, because it came into effect on Tuesday. So what you can do, and it's actually been helping me, you want to meditate on God's word. So if you're trying to seek him, pick up your Bible, find, those little daily stuff. I have a daily bread. I read that every day, and that helps you to, meditate on God's word, and that helps you to calm down and forget about the world for a bit. It's very calming. Also, in times like this, when we experience crisis, you want to remember God's promises. Those promises have been helping me to keep seeing and remember that after this, there has to be a better and after this. So I'm going to put like a link down there, or I'm going to put under the video, I'm going to put some scriptures that I meditate on. And the last point to tip number 2 is get in touch with church services. There are so much churches that have taken Sunday service out of church and put it online. So you can tune in, find out the time that your church is airing church services, and this helps you to calm down, to get charged up for the week. It gives you hope, it gives you motivation. These things are gonna help you to cope with COVID. If you're spiritual, if you're not, then you can follow the rest of these steps. Tip number 3 is talk it out. We are locked down in our houses. There's gonna be conflict between you and the people that you live with. There's gonna be conflicting thoughts. You're gonna be sad, you're gonna be bored, you might even be scared. So it's important that you talk those feelings out, and that's gonna help you to feel good. If you're a talker. If you're not a talker, then I advise you to write it out. Most of us can't express ourselves through like talking, so writing also helps. So whatever it is, you want to air it out. Get a support system. If you don't already have one, find someone to talk to, because if you stay locked up in your houses, you're going to go cuckoo. Okay, so talk it out, air out those feelings, and that's going to help you to feel a little bit better about what's going on. You want to also make sure that the people who you talk to, and the people, if you can, as much as possible, make sure that the people you're around with don't bring in that negative energy on you. You want to keep this. You want to keep this smile. You want to keep this smile all through this lockdown, however long it takes. Make sure your environment is, conducive to happiness. Like, you don't want to be, you're already locked down. You probably lost your job. You probably don't know how you're going to pay those bills. You're probably freaking out. So you don't need someone who's going to add to that. So you need to alleviate yourselves from all of those negative energy bugs, and that's going to help you to cope and feel calm. And the fourth tip that's going to help you to cope with COVID is making sure that the energy around you is conducive, that it's calm and it's quiet and it's cool. Take this opportunity to just rest. Make sure your environment is clean, make sure it is clutter-free, and that actually helps you to improve your mood. If you're like me, and if there's a lot of things going on in your environment, I tend to get a little agitated. it's just as important to highlight that if you're still experiencing uneasiness feelings, if you still feel like you're losing it, I do advise you to seek help. The social service department is there, they're willing to help. You can seek psychiatric help from the psychiatric facility, which is SSRC for us. I will also advise you to seek help from your pastor. You know, it's really important to talk about it because you don't want those feelings to build up and you literally do lose it. So it's very important. Mental health is very important during this time. I know I've said a lot, but if there's anything that you take from this video, I hope that you take some of those coping tips, because a lot of us, if we don't find a way to cope with what's going on, it's gonna send us crazy. And that's the serious thing. I don't want at the end of this that person's, lose a sense of peace of mind. I want you guys to really follow those tips, and I hope that they help you with coping with what's going on. We've come to the end of this video. I hope that what I've provided to you is hopeful. I hope that it encourages you to try and basically cope with this difficult time. Remember, people, please, I'm begging you, please stay inside. Please stay inside. There were a lot of videos circulating with the different units in the public health department, encouraging and urging persons to stay inside as they do their jobs. That's really gonna save our country. That's really gonna save our count of 9 from going up. So stay inside, stay hopeful, stay encouraged, stay salubrious. Remember, this too shall pass. We're gonna get over this together. I don't want you to just take my word for it. Get on your computers, get on your phones, research COVID-19, type in coronavirus, find out as much as you can about it. Every day, literally, there's something new being posted, so keep yourselves updated. If you have questions, you can feel free to shoot them out to me via Facebook, via Instagram, via all social medias. I try to respond within a timely pace. So until next time. There's a subscribe button that should be on the bottom left of your page, just right under the video. Do subscribe so you can see more material as the videos are released. Also, I want to encourage you guys, if you want to find out how you can advertise your business with us, do email me or hit me up on the WhatsApp number provided. Have a great week. Be salubrious.